My name is Stephen, and I'm a senior web developer at SETL, and today I wanted to talk about the importance of well-defined APIs in development. So, to begin with, an API, or application programming interface, is the way that you can give developers the ability to interact with your system. As these developers may have no knowledge of the inner workings of your code, the only information they would have are the API function calls and their documentation. Each function call within the API should have a high-level description of what it does, along with all the accepted inputs listed with their types and the outputs with theirs. Knowing exactly what inputs the function call will have and how to supply them means that developers can interact with the API in its intended way, and knowing the outputs will allow them to write the code to use them properly. So, what happens without a properly documented API? Well, the developers won't know how to interact with the function calls in the intended way, potentially using it in an incorrect manner, and, if lucky, the only consequence would be that the function call doesn't work as expected. However, if the function call is used in a way that it wasn't intended to be used, it could have unintended consequences that could be dangerous. There are many ways of documenting APIs, and an example of one we use at SETL is Swagger. Swagger is a tool that allows you to detail your function calls and their inputs and outputs in a structured way. Descriptions can be added to each function call to give more information on what the function does and how to use it. Another feature of Swagger that I personally find useful is the ability to test function calls from the website. This is a great feature as other developers can access our Swagger documentation and test the function calls from within the documentation without having to set anything up themselves. Another way to test API function calls is to use Postman. Postman is a program that can be used to create and send API requests and then see the responses. Being able to control the inputs and view the outputs of the function call is a great way to test the API and to make sure it is working as intended, or to see if your understanding of it is correct. In conclusion, having a well-defined API is crucial to the success of a project, both for staff looking to maintain the API and outside developers looking to interact with it.